Alrighty, folks. What a day. What a day. What a day. It's not even over yet. We're actually in after hours. It's been a very active after hours with Trxc today. But the date is Monday, January 4th. And if you didn't celebrate today, it's a good reason to celebrate. Get yourself, do the thing you like to do today. Because today was a crazy day with this company. Absolutely insane come up. We knew this would happen. It was pretty obvious, especially this weekend as I went over some of the stuff, as I went over into New Year's Eve. I wish I had kind of maybe made this video earlier because, like I said, I was looking at this in August. And I knew it was a while coming. And as I started seeing it get traction, I've seen this pattern before, okay? When you get into a stock like this value investing stock, when you get into a stock like this, you kind of watch it for, what was it, 3 months ago at least? You kind of just watch it, just do this slowly and steadily growing, and then boom. Now, do I think there's going to be some consolidation? Of course there's going to be consolidation. We might go back into the 80s, 90s, hell, even 70. Don't freak out, okay? Don't freak out because there is going to be consolidation. If you want to take profits, go ahead, take profits. Take profits. I mean, today was a big day to take profits. I'm not going to take profits personally, just because, I don't have to. My options aren't in a position where I have to. And I also, I think it's going to go higher than where it is right now. And I really don't feel like, and I think it's not really going to impact too much. We're all expecting a pullback. So there is going to be a pullback just off of what people are expecting. Already after hours, we've seen about a 9% drop. Not really an explainable rise anyways, kind of just came out of nowhere. But, like I said, it was expected to happen eventually. So today was, a little bit of a good day, to say the least. You looked at around about 100%, almost about 100% increase. It was about 62 or 60 something, and it's now at 1.2. So it almost had 100% growth today, which was huge. That's huge for the company. Which now, unfortunately, puts their PB ratio at about 1.8, which is still not awful. I want to make that a point. It's not awful. I'm not looking to sell this until around 4 or 5. If you want to do a conservative sell here, I'll give you 3 options on times to sell, and this is like depending on your level of risk tolerance. The most conservative sell would be $2. Okay, maybe not, but the one that I'm going to choose with or go with is the $5 one. I'll sell around $5, $4 to $5. And then there's the stretch goal, which is about $10. And for me to really believe in $10, I have to see some news. I got to see some very interesting change of story, because right now this company is not worth $10 a share. It just simply isn't. It's a good company, but it's not worth $10 a share. I could see it going to about, like I said, maybe 4 or 5, and that's to me greed. $2 would be a very fair value of the company, and if you want to just say like this is what the company should be worth, and this is when I'm going to sell it, that's okay too. That's okay too. I think that's not a bad idea. So right now, like I said, we're looking at a little bit of a drop in the after hours, about 9%, about 8.5 technically. Every percentage matters. So looking over, apologize, got a text here. Okay, nothing important. But ultimately, today was an incredible day. And today was a day that I'm very happy about. Made a lot of money off of this. And I'm hoping to make some more money going forward. I will say that to reference someone who had made a comment on the last video, they brought up what do I think the price target is. So like I said, just reiterate, just be as clear as possible. I'm looking to sell this company at around 4 to 5. I'll go 10 if I see if I see a reason to do so. If I see a rise if I see, because to me this company is a long-term hold, so it doesn't necessarily make sense for it to go to $10 all of a sudden. But I'm not sure. I mean, the stock market did this today, and I mean, I'm grateful for it. But at the same point in time, I really don't buy it. You know, like, I don't buy the price. I mean, it's still off from its 52-week high, so maybe we can revisit that region, which I think would be really, really good. So to get to about 2.6, I think that'd be fantastic. And let's just stick around till earnings. You know, I think people will ride this till earnings. And the fact that we had this pump right at the beginning of the year, we still have all of January, all of February, and some of March to get into those earnings and get into earnings. And I think that's when we're going to see, you know, another really good experience, because we can see, I mean, their last earnings, look what that brought them. This earnings, you know, didn't do too well. I remember this earnings. I remember this. And then that's when, boof, crashed down to about 30 cents. This is when I was looking at it like, wait, why did it go down? You know, I'm like, this is a good company. I listened to their earnings call. It was very good. And then they had another earnings call, and see how well that went. But overall, it's looking like this company has had its moments where right here we could see actually about 42 cents, all of a sudden you have this 100%, right? Basically 100%. Yeah, 93% increase randomly into a drop, into another increase of about 6%, and then into another drop, into a drop, drop, and then drop. And, you know, that's what we have to be afraid of. We have to be a little bit worried about that, because this company has had a history of doing this. So what I'm going to recommend is filling a sell order, and protecting yourself against this drop here. See if you can't avoid this. So I would say set to sell, if it drops, I guess below. It's hard. I would say with 170, let's just say it follows this pattern. Let's just say we see this happen, where it just drops suddenly, which I don't think it is. I think it's going to actually start going up, because we can see historically, you know, there has been, you know, we could look at better years where we've had earnings, right? This is almost very reminiscent of what we were just dealing with, where it slowly grows, and then that big come up, and then followed by another crash. So, I mean, this company definitely does do these little crashes, you know, these, you know, over periods of time, you know. So it's definitely something to be aware of, you know, that this company has had a history of getting basically all the way up here. See it again here. I mean, there's some moments when it does consolidate fine, but none of these moments have been good. Look at this. If we're looking at the max, this whole company has just been, you know, a running heart attack for anyone trying to get involved in it. This is probably the best run it had right here. Or it wasn't too gruesome. You had a couple ledges to kind of fall off of, but that's the brutal part about this company, is it really is brutal, and it really is something that I don't know. It's just it's if it comes down, it's gonna come down fast. So maybe put a sell order. You know, I mean, if we're expecting, let's say, a 30% drop, so whatever 30% of current the prices, maybe less than that, maybe about 15%. So if you have a 15% red day, just kind of fucking let it go. So yeah, 15% minus whatever the current price is. And you could set that each day if you wanted. pre-market too, even if you feel like it's going to be a bad day. And that can kind of help you a little bit in terms of, securing and saving your profits while you're kind of basically playing this to see if it can go up, if it can get up to, $4, $5, $6, and that's really where, some profits will be seen. And when you really look at it, technically, when you're looking at this, yes, I today was a big day, but on the large scheme of things, it really wasn't that big of a deal. On the large scheme of things, this was a very relatively, not too crazy day. Nothing too crazy. So I think there's a good opportunity to make some money here. I think there's a good opportunity to make some money. So definitely look to kind of stay invested. Expect a pullback tomorrow. And if you want to sell, if you want to take profits, I understand. Today was a great day. 100% return on whatever you had it ready in. I think that's a great return. But the real problem is this company's not done yet. So I think that there's still a lot of room to grow. So keep it in your watch list. Keep looking. Keep watching. And I'm going to update you as much as I can on whether or not things change, whether or not I believe there should be a max exodus, or whether or not some new information came in and I just decided to throw a bunch more money into it. But right now I'm not buying anything. I'm just going to hold. I'm just holding. I really don't. I don't. I would buy. So don't think that that's an analyst. It's really just because there's certain things I have to deal with right now. But if I could buy right now, I would buy. I would buy right now if I could. I would wait for the pullback though, because it got a little bit more traction, so people are still buying, but it got about 75 million in volume. So tomorrow it could be even more crazy. And then on top of that, it's growing back a little bit more. So who knows? Just look for a pullback. And if you're looking to buy, then buy in the pullback. That's what I would do. Obviously, wait for the dip. But net over net, when we look at the 5-year, we really don't see anything too crazy. This is not crazy movement. This is movement, but it's not crazy. It really isn't. Not compared to where this company was. This is very, very small movement. So get ready. Obviously, for the last year, we could see that this is, substantial increase over the last year. But, for us to start touching this 5-year chart, for us to start seeing exactly what we can do to start, working on that's really when we're going to start seeing some really beautiful things happening. Like if we can get some penetration on this 5-year chart, that's going to be beautiful. That's going to be really beautiful. But we'll definitely see what happens. I will update you guys as soon as possible. Obviously ask any questions in the comment section. I think you guys kind of already started doing that. If you're subscribed, thank you. By the way, I want to thank you to all the new subscribers that have joined. And obviously, if you do want to keep getting updates on this great company and any other companies that I might find interesting or worth making a video about, which by the way, I don't find a lot of them. So when I do make a video on this stuff, I really want you guys to listen, because I don't just say, oh, look at this company. Oh. No, I really do. I really do want to make sure that if I do post a video, if I do choose a company to cover, that I fundamentally am trying to get into your head like there is a lot of money to be made here. And until I feel that way about a company, I really don't want to make a video. But I am still open to suggestions. If you want to give me, a stock that you think is really good and you want me to look at it, I can do that as well. I might just message you privately, which I think might be a little bit better. We could email each other or something. We could figure out something where I can kind of share you my opinions without having to make a whole video, just because sometimes the stocks just simply aren't really worth it. I also don't want to clutter my channel. So ultimately, thank you so much for stopping by. And like I said, definitely get excited about this, because we have a long way to go. So have a great rest of your night, and thanks for stopping by.